Now is the time.
Forever? Tangent. Hold.
Halt.
Hashtag always MGM.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Calm down. AK haters.
But what if it could?
Behold the majesty of the Sistine Ceiling.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
What a cute ending.
Aloha and
Don't Dillo it.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. And this podcast that we are recording on a Monday evening at DillosDizResort.com, that of course is our Patreon with memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. DillosDizResort.com is actually dropping. The audio version will be dropping on Leap Day, I guess, technically, right? Do we call it Leap Day?
I don't know, but we do know.
February the 29th. It's the first ever Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz on February 29th.
Really? Oh, but not in a leap year.
Not in a leap year.
Yeah, but
you don't count
20
anyway. So
true.
It's our first leap year.
Yeah, that's exciting. Well, we'll have to use this as trivia later on for us then.
So on the podcast today, we have two guests. They're going to be in the same StreamYard box together.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to swear. Is that what you just said?
No. The same square.
On the same square. I thought you just said they're going to swear.
Listen, if that happens, it happens. But no, that's really funny. It was on your brain.
That's what's on my brain. I'm not actually worried that they're going to swear. I really don't. But I had a judgy face.
They won't do it. God.
No, I had a judgy face in the green room, and I admit it. I'm open to saying that I had a very, very judgy reaction to the question: is it okay to swear? And I don't know why. Something for me to discuss deeper at another time.
The rule follower in you.
It is the rule follower in me. That means here on Theme Park Thursday tomorrow, Friday, because it's Theme Park Thursday, is the month of March, the third month of 2024, which means we're entering March Madness, which means we're entering hashtag Dillo's Madness. This week at DillosDizResort.com, we are releasing all the contenders for, if we haven't done so already, all the contenders for hashtag Dillo's Madness this year, based on all different stories that Jen and I have accumulated over the years about the parks at Walt Disney World, other places, mayhap. So, Jen, just tell us a little bit about why we're doing it exclusively at DillosDizResort.com this year.
Well, this year, the paid members of the resort get to, what do you call it? The seeds. How many years have we been doing Dillo's
The brackets
Madness?
with the seeds.
The brackets with the seeds. I don't understand any of it. The people understand the numbers and the things and how they coincide. I don't know what it is. I finally learned how to line them up and go against each other, and we just do that. But this year, the paid members of the resort get to choose the seeds, right? They get to plant them. They get to water them.
Grow.
Right. Yes.
But also, you can go to DillosDizResort.com. There's a little join for free button right there. So if you click the join for free, you can still participate. You would have to pay to help participate in the seed planting, the planting of the seeds, the gardening, as it were. But go to DillosDizResort.com, join for free, and find out what hashtag Dillo's Madness is all about.
Yes. Love it. Before you transition to something else, I want to go back to the swearing thing.
Great.
And whether we keep this in or not, who knows? But for now, I see that Jeffers mentioned still haven't sworn in front of a Dillo. Jeffers, is this true? And is this a thing? Or are you just saying it because now we tell the story? Frank and I never have dropped. Maybe you have. Do you have one now?
I think I got one now.
In all of our years, have never dropped an F-bomb to each other. I think I have held strong. I see some confused faces in the green room. I have held strong, but But I think you may have finally slept once, and I was like, yes.
Yes. The streak was dead. I caved.
Never in front of Mama and Papa Dillo.
No.
I have not. In my real life, maybe constantly all the time. But not in
I
day-to-day.
did play baseball growing up, so it was just part of
How did Papa
my...
Dillo not hear anything then?
Oh, I didn't say it during Little League games. No. I heard Papa Dillo say it once, believe it or not. Now that you say it, on a drive home from an Islanders game. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Someone must have done something.
yeah, it was a particularly bad day for Papa Dillo. I love that we keep our guests waiting, and
Yeah.
here we
Sorry
are with
for the short intro we're doing here.
random tangents about swearing. But this is a unique episode here today because our first guest, who's in the square, is our good friend Matt Harvey, who for 98.5% of the music you have ever heard in the 6 years of us doing this podcast is attributed to Matt. I think there's like 2 videos that have like an iTunes something or other soundtrack under it. Like the iMovie thing, but I can't even say that for sure. But all the music that you've heard over the years, hit them with the Dillo, the little Renaissance festival version that we did for Genevieve Goings of Choo Choo Soul, all the little the Super Bowl anthems the past 2 years, all of those by our maestro, as it were.
Yes.
It is Oscar season, so we have our own maestro, Matt Harvey. But with him, and I'm excited for this because I know it's gonna get a little. I mean, she's the one who asked about the swearing, but Matt's partner Kara is also here, and together they were in Walt Disney World just over the President's Day weekend there, which is also a very slow time for Walt Disney World, and they're here. Matt's cases in particular, I don't know when the last time Kara was in Walt Disney World, so we'll find that out too. But Matt, that's gonna be the first question I ask here is we'll ask for the year, and we'll all be shocked as we bring in now. Welcome to Theme Park Thursday. It's Matt and Kara.
We're just a bunch of surly pirates.
Hello, friends.
We're here to swear your ears off.
We don't mean taking oaths.
Some aggressive words are coming. Happy to be here.
Thanks for being here, guys. Watching your adventures in Disney, we're like, when are we talking to them? When are they coming on? We're gonna have to recap all of this.
Yeah, I accidentally turned into like a Disney blogger on Instagram out of nowhere. Like food and drinks all the time. I'm like, who am I?
It happens quick. You don't even realize it.
My friends were texting me and they were like, "Are you okay? Like you're eating a lot."
This is what you do in Disney.
They're like, "What is this Wade Boggs? Why do you have tally marks on your shirt?"
Oh man, yeah. For anyone that knows Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we did Wade Boggs at Epcot.
But not traditional Wade Boggs. We weren't just like slugging back beers. It was drinks and food, and it was Festival of the Arts. So
there's plenty to be had.
Oh
my gosh, too much.
And you were in the Disney merch, so you're all in now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have the full Mickey jumpsuit. I went full Mickey.
Love it. Love it so much.
It's true. Frank, did you ask when the last time I was at Disney was?
I will officially ask now. The last time you were in Walt Disney World.
The last time I was in Walt Disney World, I went
1940s.
For one short day in the Magic Kingdom. The Mask was still in theaters.
Ooh.
It was 1994.
Let's just take a pause there. Frank, how old were you in 1994?
I was about to turn 20 the summer The Mask came out in theaters. So I was 19 years old.
Right.
Shade.
Just to add, the other, I don't like with the actresses out there in the world. I don't like, get like really excited sometimes. But someone had posted pictures of Cameron Diaz in The Mask the other day, and I was like, "Holy cannoli!" So what? Wow, Cameron Diaz in The Mask. Okay,
that was like her big break. She was in I think something extraordinary or something less extraordinary or some movie like an independent movie, and then that was her like big one. So I think it has the introducing on the credits.
Smoking.
I think it's smoking.
All right.
We might have to do a Dillo's Pop on the Cameron Diaz.
I might say that I haven't seen The Mask from beginning to end ever.
What?
That makes sense. That checks out.
Does it?
Yeah. I feel
I
like
have
that
to
does
go
check
back
out.
and take a look.
And then you would also have to watch The Holiday before we have that discussion.
Oh,
I watched most of The Holiday at the holidays. Didn't make it to the end. I fell asleep.
I've seen The Holiday several times. Every time it's on, I watch to the end.
it's so good. Solid rom-com.
Controversial. I like it better than Love Actually.
Oh,
Pump the brakes, man, Harvey. We were on the same page for a second.
I'm getting there. I'm trying to stir it up.
Oh my gosh.
Jen, I lost my train of thought. I'm out. He's stirring the
The
pot.
dagger
as
to
I
our
lost my
hearts.
train of
I don't know
thought.
what I want.
Jen, what is my favorite Cameron Diaz movie?
Charlie's Angels?
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
We should do a Matt and Jen like newlywed version, like with me, where you guys.
I love that. I will be in the audience.
You might have to be the host, maybe.
Oh,
and then we'll
boy.
just put
Oh, that's funny.
this will be something.
Baby bop.
This is
Kara, when was the
our
last time you
ideas
were
work.
in Walt Disney World?
So the last time I was in Disney World was when I graduated college. So I literally went to my graduation ceremony with my family, packed my car, and we all got on a plane and went to Disney.
Yeah.
And they searched me with my cap on in the airport.
What year was that?
2015. I ain't embarrassed.
When Kara graduated college, I was 41. And
Right.
41 is fine.
It's basically the same. I'm painting the picture in my head. You were still in just full cap and gown at the airport.
Well, I had taken the gown off at this point because let's be honest, gowns are ugly and I had a pretty dress on. So pretty dress
Right.
and cap.
Oh.
And I went and like I decorated my cap because I'm that girl.
Yeah.
Gone through security and they're like, that's the one going to Disney World with her family.
Yeah, definitely
It's
check her shoes.
Check
Yeah.
the cap. What's in there?
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So that was a funny little thing. But yeah,
She's looking at a lot of debt.
yes. Search her. She looks sad. Oh man.
What's under that cap?
A performing arts degree.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yep. Sure is. That's why I'm going to Disney World. Last
Happiest
chance of
place on
hope.
earth.
Happiest place on earth.
Yes.
It was really fun though. We went with like my family, both of my sisters, like in-laws, and it was great.
Nice. That's
Whole
awesome.
whole big family, yeah.
Because you got roped in around the holidays, right? I remember Matt telling me around the holidays that you guys were going. Is that how it all, or was it before?
Yeah. So one of my sisters was planning like a surprise trip because she has 2 little boys. They are 6 and 7 now. And she wasn't going to tell them because she doesn't want them to get excited and then wait for months to go to Disney World. So she said that she was going to go on this trip when she graduated nursing school, and it never happened. So finally she did it. She was like, I'm not telling the boys until like literally the day before, which is so cute. And we were just kind of like, do we want to do this? Because he had only been one day in the 90s and it was terrible for him. His aunt ruined it. Do you want to take that?
No, they know.
Okay.
We know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The masses.
Well, my Aunt Sharon was living in Tampa at the time, and we had to drive from Tampa to Orlando. She was experiencing some health issues regarding the regulation of her temperature. Mm-hmm. It was either I'm hot or I'm cold, and every single thing that we did today circled around that. So, like, if she was hot, we were in the Hall of Presidents. If she was cold, we were getting something to eat.
Yeah.
So it was So it was not the longest time, and it rained, and it was a whole thing. And most of the rides were shut down. Like at that time, they only had the 3 mountains were the big thrill rides. It was Splash, Thunder, and Space. And of the 3 of them, Thunder and Splash kept taking turns on which was out of service.
Oh God!
So it was like the highlight of the day was the Swiss Family Robinson's Treehouse.
Oh.
Well, Lewis is in the chat. He'll be very happy to hear that you enjoyed Swiss Family Robinson Trio.
That was my first time. This trip was my first time doing that, and that was actually really cute.
It's super cute. We
It's
did
very
it.
Neverland.
We did it while waiting for Dole Whips at the orange stand.
Which he had never had a legit Disney Dole Whip.
Okay.
Which I think is why we booked the trip.
That's what it was.
We're gonna need your review.
I had two of them. I had the orange bird creamsicle dude, and I had the traditional pinapple.
Oh, and which one did you like better?
The pinapple.
Yeah, right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that what you thought?
that's the real Dole Whip. So.
Okay,
I
is
mean,
that
it's a real
not
Dole Whip.
Frank's opinion?
No, that is the correct answer.
Oh, okay.
I will say, I acknowledge the orange bird creamsicle here. We don't talk about orange bird enough. Orange bird, of course, was around only when I was alive. Most of you were not here when orange bird was very popular back in the late 70s, early 80s. So, I tip my hat to any orange bird reference from time to time.
It's probably included in a writer's guide from that era, I'm sure.
Oh my God. You act like an old sage. You're not that old.
Back in
Listen, I'm
my
letting,
day,
I'm
Back
letting the
in
gray
my
come
day.
in, and it's all just happening. It's really
Here he is older than anybody, including people that are older than him. So that's who he is.
You will remind him.
Jen is here to
I'm much
remind me.
younger, so
But he keeps
I-
the magic alive, and that's what counts.
that's right. That's
Oh
true.
my gosh.
You can't get old if you stay young at heart.
So
It's
true.
in a song somewhere.
Probably. It will be soon.
When you're young and hot, something like that. Sounds like
we
that.
should get to that. I don't want.
Okay.
We should jump into that before because I know where I want to go next. So Mr. Snidillo has been in Snidillo Studios playing. What's the name of the program, Matt? Because I already forgot the name. of it.
Blender.
Blender. And so he has been working on basically a new intro for Dillo's Diz blogs and vlog, anything that's going to be on the YouTube channel. And then he skipped over me entirely, and Mr. Snidillo went straight to Matt Harvey, and he's like, "Yo, check this out." And Matt was like, "Yo," so they became a whole thing.
Mhm.
So over the weekend, it was determined that we were going to have a new 20-second intro.
Yep.
And a new 48-second intro based on the music Matt created.
A
Jen,
brief
stop.
thing here. Brief thing here. You say over the weekend. It's been about 24 hours when
Yeah,
this discussion started. Okay, go ahead.
Like we do.
Checking in.
Yeah.
So so now, without further ado, jump right in. We'll share the 20-second version first, right, Jen? Is that they're both
Sure.
correct?
You could do either way.
I'm gonna
Maybe,
do the.
no, you know what? Do the longer one first.
Yeah.
And then you could do the little, and this one will be, whatever.
I mean, but you want to start small and go big.
All right, do that.
No, let's do the. All right, we'll do the big.
No.
version first. No.
Start small, go big. Do it.
No, you want to do the big version
Guys,
first?
stop fighting.
45-second version. Here we go.
Ready when you are, CB. Do I start in Canada or Mexico?
We didn't do Animal
Are
Kingdom.
we really AK haters?
From New York, Dillo's Diz Live, starring Frank and Jen Dillo. This is Mr. Snidillo in studio along with music by Matt Harvey, inviting you to join the Dillos and their guests while they tangent and wax nostalgic. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Frank and Jen.
All right, so there it is.
Yes.
That's
Matt
the
Harvey.
longer intro.
No Dilloing required.
Did we Dillo the? I don't know. Did we set it up? Did we Dillo the setup?
We were yeah, of course we were, but that's okay. That's what we do. Be weird if we didn't.
So that would be like when we do future lives, right? Except Theme Park Thursday Live. We still got to keep the SNL
Sure.
intro. But other lives that
good.
we do in the future would be that. But we also have this 20-second bumper, which we'll do right now, and it'll be over.
Ready when you are, CB. Do I start in Canada or Mexico?
We didn't do Animal
Are
Kingdom.
we really AK haters?
All right, there it is. Another
Yes.
Snidillo, Matt Harvey masterpiece right there.
Boom. Love it.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
and a while back, Frank sent me the Johnny Carson intro. I was like, we need to do something with this. And then it was one of those things that we talk about and then we don't revisit again. And then last night with the 20-second version, you were like, well, what if we did this and then added in? And I was like, for tomorrow? For tomorrow? Okay, yeah, no. And I was like, can you actually do this for tomorrow? He's like, no, I'll do it for tomorrow. I'm like, okay, all right, we're in. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Lewis is making sure we still incorporate Hit Him with the Dillo from time to
We
time.
still
Don't
will
worry,
do.
Lewis.
Also, Dillo's Pop. Still
Oh,
gonna do. We have about 10 intros at this point. We will do them all the time.
Just run them all through. That's
Yeah.
all we'll do.
Yeah.
At the end of these intros, like, well, the little conversations you hear between, we do a little like AK Animal Kingdom reference there at the end. So I just want to start because for Matt, the Animal Kingdom wasn't even around back when.
He was hesitant to do it because my sister, who is like so Disney adult, she knows all about it, like such love. I've never seen her happier in my life until she ran at Disney. The pictures are just so hilariously happy.
Absolute joy.
It is pure joy. And I'm like, Katie, I've never seen you this happy. But Katie, she said, like, you know, I would not go to, like, I wouldn't have Animal Kingdom as one of my days had it not been for Rowan, which is her youngest son, is obsessed with animals. So she's like, we got to go for Rowan. And Matt's like, yeah, we don't need to go to Animal Kingdom. I'm like, you don't understand. You've not been.
And now I have been, and I don't understand.
It's so good.
No, I had a surprisingly good time there, but it was because I dilloed it so hard.
Yeah.
Like I knew for a fact it was going to be a, and so
It was not.
and it was raining.
You had cheeseburger bao buns.
All right, it tastes like McDonald's.
All right, well,
Disney far over. They have an over expectation of the performance of Avatar in the hearts of men and women across the world. Like I think they think people like Avatar more than they actually do. It was cool.
Pandora was very cool.
It was cool. The river boat of the Nivi or whatever it is. What a waste of time.
River Passage?
What a total waste of time. There, it's
yes,
like
thank you.
You're just like going. It's like riding through one of those like fiber optic things from the 90s. You know, the globes with the thing. It's like riding through one of those, and then at the end, there's a really impressive animatronic with no context.
We need more of that. Like Mother Goddess lady.
Yeah,
lovely.
she's just like
she's singing and she's playing.
and she's casting spells. Very impressive.
It was cool. Like I'm glad we did it. That was obviously the best part. I would not wait an hour in line for that.
Totally pointless. And then also the rite of passage or the rite of passage or whatever the heck it's called.
I realized I was like the river of passage.
Yeah, you combine them together because because yeah.
Oh, well, that's a big one.
Cool.
That was one of the hot takes Matt gave me over the past week, is that Flight of Passage was not up there for him, where people universally love Flight of Passage. So I want to hear more about that.
I don't understand it. I mean, the part that's lovely is the little like massage that you get from like the backpack that they put on you. They're like, get on your bike. Here's a backpack. That's kind of nice, but like other than the one time you almost swoop into one of the rhinos, unimpressed.
No, okay.
No.
That actually scared me when we almost ran into the rhinos. It scared both of us.
Yeah, that's why I said other than that. The rest of it, I mean, I know that it's supposed to be breathing under you. I've been to the Brookstone and sat in the chairs. Like it's the same thing.
It is not the
Who's
same.
impressed by that? No, I don't want to put on 3D glasses that make me barfy and go over a video game that I can tell is a video game while sitting on a motorcycle with a backpack thing.
But I thought it was very cool. If you use your imagination.
I don't have one of those.
I thought it was cool. You just have to like put yourself in that mode. And also I feel like the ride was like a little different for us because we were trying to, the youngest kid that was with us, again, Rowan, we get him in the seat and like he doesn't do a lot of like rides because he gets scared, but we're like, yes, he's excited, he's gonna do it. The back of it came down and he was done screaming, like absolutely, like get me out of here.
And then he left, and that's how I felt afterwards.
You didn't go, can you take me with you? Well, you want me to go with him? I'll take him out.
Well, I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be awesome because everybody was like, "Oh, this is one of the best rides," and the wait was like, I don't know, it was at least 180 minutes all day, and it was raining, and I think we got in on a lightning.
Yeah,
pass,
we did lightning lane.
or like a lightning lane. That is before we did the Genie Plus. We didn't do Genie Plus till the last day. I still don't understand any of it.
It's a little confusing.
They're like, you can get 2 lightning lanes a day.
We don't really quite understand.
We don't understand.
You get a
any
Genie
of it.
Plus.
Oh,
It's different
good.
things. Yeah, it's very.
Oh, I
confusing.
feel much better.
They do it on purpose.
No.
Yeti, awesome. Whatever the Himalayan,
Yeah.
Everest?
yeah,
Mhm.
Everest,
Yeah.
awesome, incredible. Don't understand why the Yeti is brown and all of his merge is white.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Branding
But-
was off, but it was
yeah.
still very fun.
Super cool.
And it was raining. There was raining on the weekend that we went, so it was like for like 2 days, really bad rain. And so by the time we got to the Yeti ride, Everest, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everest.
We can call it
was-
the Yeti ride here. We don't have to use. proper
Okay,
names.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same level. It was like less than a 10-minute wait. We like walked onto the ride,
Mhm.
It was awesome.
which is all I've ever wanted.
You know,
Right? Yeah.
we went. It was raining, so the first thing that we did was we went to the animal observatory thing, Rafiki's hidden hideaway thing,
Mhm.
and man, is that a great time for kids and no one else.
Not true.
No,
You
they-
old man.
No, they had a duck. They had like a goose, and he had a hitch in his giddy up. So they were like, we got to sedate the goose,
We gotta do X-rays.
and we had to do X-rays on his leg. We watched this for like 25 minutes
because it was interesting.
because it was the only thing happening. They're like, you want to see horrifying spiders? How about watch
Yeah,
it?
it was-
Watch
yeah.
it. Watch a goose get an X-ray. No, I don't want to do that.
there was
I
a
have-
petting zoo that you didn't care about.
I have one comment and one question. A comment back to Rowan when the thing hit his back. That's when panic set in for me as well, so I can relate. Because Mr. Snidillo had already gone on it when he had been down there previously with some work people, and I hadn't. So he took the kids, and I stood on the 90-minute line, and I got
Oh.
and I get sick sometimes on rides. So that
Sometimes.
moment hit, and I went, I think I made a big mistake. I think I made a big mistake. I don't know if I can do this. And it
They
was
don't
that
warn
same
you.
panic. Yeah,
They're just like, yeah, you guys are fine.
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
They're like, you'll be fine. And then the Rafiki, while you were over there, did you do? We didn't even know that existed, by the way, up until like 2 years ago. That whole train ride, we didn't even know what that was. Did you do the animation experience, which is the only thing I do over there?
The thing where the person walks you through the doodles.
Yeah.
Nah, didn't do it.
No,
Um,
but
Rowan, was it?
It was
which one? It was Declan. Yeah, yeah.
Declan, the oldest boy, 7, very into like video games and doodles and whatever. He did it with his mom.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
nice.
did not do that
You did not do that. All right.
because I was hoping to leave the whole time.
God.
I was like,
Yeah.
now the time we're gonna get to go. I mean, the goose is probably fine, and they found more stuff.
We
They're
don't
like,
know. They were manhandling that goose.
but the petting zoo.
Oh my gosh. I just want to point out before we continue, Matt is joking when talking about black imagination. Probably the most imaginative person I know. Disclaimer right there.
However, yes, I think even I think he gets the award for sure as an AK
A
hater.
hater.
So far, we haven't even made it through his whole day, but I would say, yeah.
For sure.
Well, what did I say? That he was, I think I told Jen, I think Matt, you went on Flight of Passage like later in the day, right? So Jen's like, oh my God, he's already there too late. He's already there too late in the day. He's at
I
Animal
was like,
Kingdom
what do you
past
mean
3
3 o'clock? What do you mean? Who's there at 3 o'clock?
And it was raining, and it
Yeah.
wasn't just like the rain. It was raining.
Oh, that's rough.
Significant
Mhm.
rain.
That's
yeah.
rough.
It was
I
coming
will
down.
say though, Pandora, did you stay until the nighttime as well? Did you
No.
like?
We
No.
didn't see the glow. We didn't see the glowy bit.
That's what my sister was saying. She was like, you guys should stay. We have kids. We have to leave, but you
Yeah.
should stay.
Yeah. I mean, Pandora at night is very pretty. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I saw it once. Maybe
It's very
twice.
cool looking. I just don't really care about
so
Avatar.
Cool. So cool. And I think there's like, was it Satuli Canteen is
Mhm.
there? Very good food.
The food is good there. I concur.
I don't
Very
remember
good
what that
food.
is.
That's your cheeseburger bao buns.
Oh, yeah.
But I
then
had
it's fine.
my food was better than yours.
It tastes oddly like McDonald's cheeseburgers specifically, like the pickle, everything.
I did I think it was like a braised beef, and then I got noodles and all the sauces. If you ask for a side of sauce, they just give it to you. Note that.
It's
Disney.
Disney magic. That's
I
what that
love
is.
that.
Yeah.
Give me all the sauce.
I mean, I think when Jen and I haven't discussed, I think discussing sausage across the theme parks and the resorts is probably a big discussion.
Did you say sausage or sauces?
Oh,
Both.
did Kara say sauces? What is going on with my hearing?
Sauces.
What?
Sauces.
I heard sauces,
Sauces.
but I also know that she loves sauces. So
I'm a dipper.
I'm just happy my Wi-Fi isn't falling apart tonight.
I mean, you're doing much better than you were last week, so
know,
this
thank
is big. Did you go on the safari?
yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That-
It was
I
too
mean, I
slow.
think
that
that's
was
common
a
ground.
priority, huh?
Yeah, that's a common ground, I think, that
cool.
everyone can kind of agree. This is cool.
It's interesting because before we went on the safari, I was like, who cares? And then I went on and I saw a giraffe in real life, and I was like, it's a giraffe right there, like
What did you expect?
a giraffe. But I didn't expect it to be right there, a real giraffe.
Maybe
saw
an
a lot of
animatronic
rhinos,
giraffe.
too.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An animatronic.
I don't know. Yeah. They're leaning away from the animatronics though, other than the Navi shaman.
They really are.
They're
They're doing the
pieces.
weird face
Yeah.
mask thing.
It's very strange. I was very put off by the Seven Dwarfs. We talk about that when we talk
Mhm.
about Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Animal Kingdom was not great.
It was amazing.
It was fine, and
thought it was
we
very
went there,
fun.
and I never have to do it again.
And you didn't get to Nomad, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
The
Wait, what
Nomad
is it? What is
Lounge.
Nomad?
did you not?
The
tell
lounge.
him?
Oh, we walked by it. We walked by it a couple times, but we didn't actually get to go in.
That's usually how I end my day. Noon, 1 o'clock. Go to Nomad, get some good food. Yeah.
Noon, 1
Yeah.
o'clock. What do you do for the rest of the day? Do you just go back to the resort?
Just hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I started 2 trips like 2 years in a row with Animal Kingdom on the first day. Did about half the day, then checked into the resort, chilled out at the pool, had a little resort dinner.
Mm.
It's a nice little
Disney
ease
Springs.
into the vacation because, as you know, Animal Kingdom pretty, slow moving and it's
Yeah,
alright.
not a lot going on.
In comparison to the other parks.
Even
for
in the
sure.
rain.
Yeah.
It's true.
Not that I want to jump to a different park. Did you all go on Soarin', and do you have an opinion on this Soarin' versus Flight of Passage?
Oh, okay. We didn't go on Soarin', but I
Oh.
went in 2015. And from what I remember, I think I like Flight of Passage better. It's just you're put into a different world because Soarin' is like just real life, right? And now they're doing it over California.
There's two different versions. There's around the world, and then there's the California one.
Mine was around the world, and I already know it has to be better than just California.
We did do Living with the Land though, which was
Okay.
great. You want to
Yep.
jump out the boat and steal fruit? You want to listen
Yeah,
to
apparently my sister told me that
Zillennials
on
talking loudly?
TikTok, like she saw on TikTok that people are jumping out of the boat, going and stealing fruit. I'm like,
Yes.
where do you think you are? What's happening?
If you think there's not cameras, you got a problem.
You pay
That
to
Eiffel
get into
Tower's
the
real.
park. You can pay for an orange when you get out.
People do very interesting things.
There's a lot of oranges. They got the cutesy things with every meal.
That's true.
Wild.
They're like, do you want
Wild.
apple slices or cuties? I'm like, I don't know what that is. Don't no.
Were you
Cute.
ordering children's meals?
He
No.
is a child,
Yeah.
so
Mac and
Right.
cheese.
I appreciate the children's portions sometimes. I don't, but so I was just asking because usually those sides are strictly children's meals. But
Her family is fantastic. When we get food, we pass it around and like take a bites, so you get to experience all the stuff.
nice.
we like to graze.
I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, what
Jeffers
park?
makes a great park, a great point here about the water parks next year in 2025. If you stay at Walt Disney World Resort, you get to go to the water parks for free. So you can choose the water parks over
That's awesome.
over the Animal Kingdom next
Which
time.
Is that-
chronologically makes
Makes sense.
sense. Yeah.
Is that the old country lake fall off the rocks thing that they
no,
abandoned?
you are jonesing to
Country?
go on River Country.
Yeah, that looks awesome. It looks like Disney's version of Action Park,
Oh no.
and I'm very interested.
Oh no. You better get your tetanus shot.
I mean, that's fair. It's gone. Yeah, they had no more tetanus shots to give at River Country. So there's only Typhoon Lagoon and
River
Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. Oh my God, I'm doing
One of
well
them,
tonight.
something like that.
Something like
Come to
that.
Disney World,
I'm
get
fine.
Blizzard bleached.
Blizzard bleached. Well, you know, they got to clean it somehow.
Probably, yeah.
I will say, where do you want to jump to next? Because I feel like we could jump into a lot to Epcot, because I know you did a couple of days there. You want to do Epcot first? Or you want to do Hollywood Studios first?
Epcot.
Yeah.
Was that a question for me?
I throw it up. So there you go. Matt seemed to suggest early on in a text that Epcot, he preferred Epcot over Hollywood Studios. Maybe that changed a little, so we can get into that. But and he said that Ratatouille was your first ride, so I'm going to throw it to Kara and talk a little bit about Ratatouille, which I still haven't been on myself.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, it's just like the normal like kid little car ride, and you go up and it's like you can even like smell them having the bread or whatever, because they're in a kitchen. And I love the story of Ratatouille. I don't know what it is about it. I just love Ratatouille, and you don't get it at all.
I don't get it. It's like, I think it's the first of the magnet pods too. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I think that it is, because I think they developed those for the Ratatouille ride in Disney Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's really cute. The kids loved it. I love when they put any other like sensory aspects into it. So the fact that I could smell things coming from the kitchen, I thought was really cool. It did make me a little barfy.
A little barfy.
Oh,
I get motion sickness too, and so
It's
does
a
he.
Jolty,
It's a little bit.
spinaroonie, turn around, going to the table
Yeah,
kind of
I
deal.
can see that. Mm-hmm.
It's a little barfy, not big barfy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, not teacups.
Right.
Is that another
Jen,
shirt?
did you get
Little
Barfy on Ratatouille?
Me?
No,
Yeah.
but I
Okay,
think I probably made sure my head it was like, okay, we're going this way now. Okay, like I'm not looking around when I'm moving like that, because that'll just
Yep.
anyway.
They got, when you got the double glasses too. I mean, I don't know if you do contacts, but I was doing double glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
We're gonna have to talk about Guardians too. Talking about barfy.
Well,
Yes, then we can really talk about it.
Boy, oh boy.
I believe Matt and I saw Ratatouille together in the summer of 2007. If I had
True
to
story.
guess.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! And
Aw.
both of you left there with going. I don't know. That's right.
At the time, Ratatouille grew on me, much like the box office numbers did.
It's so cute. And also for that ride, when you're waiting in line, you're like outside of the restaurant. I'm always impressed when you're waiting in line and they give you something to look at.
Mm-hmm.
That's Disney magic right there, because then I'm like, oh, I don't hate this so much anymore. But you're like outside of the restaurant and Gusteau is up there and he starts talking to you. And of course, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's all like the same things. I think, did we fast pass that one too?
No, we just walked. We waited in line.
It wasn't very long though.
No, it was the beginning of the day and it was raining.
But I feel like that would be a really good opportunity to have an actor back there and just like all day just talk to people. Like, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get to Hollywood Studios soon, but the Tower of Terror people and the Rise of the Resistance people
Amazing.
in it.
Amazing.
Yes.
I want Disney to be all of them.
Yes.
They're so good. I mean, coming from people that met at a Renaissance festival where we have to like keep everything like time period and like keep this world. Of course, we're going to say that, but it just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
So, of course, Jen's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind story ends with her never wanting to ride the ride ever again due to the motion sickness. But it's a great ride. I'm not great with the motion sickness either, but I had to sing the song the whole time that was playing.
What was your song?
Through it. I run so far away.
Yes.
So that helped me. So I'll turn it to both of you to talk, because you did it twice, right?
Yeah, we did it twice.
The second time our song was Disco Inferno and was infinitely more barfy.
Oh.
Although we sat in the same cars, we were 5'6" though both times.
Well, because we asked for it. Because again, my sister, the researcher for Disney, goes on TikTok and finds out that someone said rows 5 and 6 are supposedly the least barfiest, because it's like, it's like in the center, so it should be more controlled and whatever. And she just took that as fact, and we all take whatever she says as fact because she knows way more about Disney than we do. And so that's where we rode both times.
She knows how the Genie Plus works.
Oh.
No, she doesn't. She also does not. That's a lie. That's a lie. But yeah, it was so the first time we went on it, I do think it's actually one of my favorite rides, even though it is a little bit barfy. First time I went on it, I had no expectations and it was amazing. It was incredible. We were in the dark, we were in space, we're going on around the moon. And yeah, it was incredible. I would say like if it, and I don't like that I'm saying this, but if it was maybe a little shorter, it'd be little less barfy.
Yeah,
But-
her sister Katie says if you take a little time off of Guardians and add it to Tron,
Well,
then
no,
they're
she
both
said
perfectly
switch the
balanced.
times.
Oh,
Switch
yeah, switch
switch
'em.
the times of Tron and Guardians, and they're perfect.
Who are you?
Oh, yeah. That's. Do we want to talk about Tron? the intro line stuff to Tron.
In the battle of speed bikes, you're riding them. There are winners and there are losers. Who
Yeah,
are you? And then she does a weird jaw
And
thing.
you know, I don't want to make fun of an actor. She was also directed. But
Was she?
I don't know. Also, like I saw Tron, and even still, I'm like, what is the story behind the ride?
Mhm.
What are we doing? I know it's like a test track, and we rode that one twice too. And the first time we did it, you know, afterwards we were talking about the story, and we were like, what even is the story? And my sister was like, well, didn't you see there was like yellow cars racing us? And I was like, no. I was looking forward. That's a blast. That's a good ride.
Yep.
Very short though. Way short.
We should go back to Epcot.
Yeah, we go. Jen, are you going on Tron ever again? What are we going first? Tron or Cosmic Rewind?
I'm good with not going on either. But I find it interesting that you found Ratatouille barfy and then went on Guardians twice. Like that, I can't even
It
comprehend.
was a little.
I
It
don't
was just a
know.
little.
I think I blacked everything out. It's similar to the mid 2000s for me that I couldn't remember, but you mentioned the seating and I'm like, oh yeah, I was with my friend Steve on it and he knew the seating trick. Like we'll pick these and we waited to the side for the seats. I
Mhm.
forgot that until just now because I haven't remembered it. Maybe the song will finally come back to me now because I have no idea what my song was. But I walked off going, oh, I don't feel. I closed my eyes the whole time. This whole globe thing you're talking about, I don't know. I didn't see it. But afterwards, it just like slowly like, oh, this is not good. I don't feel good anymore. And wanted to die. So not that. And Tron, I screamed my head off. So, you know, I'm okay with.
It was the loudest I have ever heard, Jen, ever.
Oh my gosh.
I laughed the whole ride.
Is
My
that
eyes
just
were
like
also
roller
closed.
coasters? Like, are you just scared of like intense?
I mean, so I don't like the Guardians was the motion. Tron, I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. And I think maybe just because of how we were sitting, I really don't like because in Rock and Roller Coaster, I absolutely hate the takeoff. That's my least favorite part, along with the rest of the ride. But like, I think once it started and how I was sitting, I was like, this was a mistake. I should not have done. This is not okay. My eyes were closed and I just screamed, waiting for it to be over. And hearing Frank laugh next to me.
The seating is confusing because it's like you watch the people like, you know, because there's the outside bit, you watch them riding and you're like, oh, I think I know how they're sitting. But then you try and get into it. And I'm like, am I straddling a horse but laying on it? What are we doing? It took me a second. I was like, please don't take off on this ride with me not being situated.
You're like, pull it down and then push up. I'm like, what? And I pull it down and push up. Like, what do you want me to do? Pull it down and push up. Don't leave the thing without me pushing and pulling. What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
How to be locked in? How do I lock in?
Yes. And maybe that was part of the fear too. Like, am I really on this? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I just felt like it was a mistake immediately.
Luckily for you, it's very short.
Yes, I was thankful because Guardians, I also was just like, when is this going to end? And that took a while. So
Guardians is kind of long. I did like it a lot better the first time that we went on it than the second. Can't explain why we were in the same cars.
I think it was just like the song maybe, but we didn't know what we were expecting. Like we hadn't seen what the ride looks like. I know like people probably put videos of like somehow filming. I don't know how they what courage they have to like videotape on these rides, but yeah, we had no expectations for it. And I was just like, I really marveled at it. Like as soon as like we were in the galaxy, I was like, wow, I'm 7 years old.
Same. It was very cool.
I'm learning about the planets.
My mom asked me about Space Mountain. She was like, Space Mountain still there? And I'm like, Space Mountain is still there. I didn't ride it, but I went on Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like the modernized version of Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Felt a little more futuristic than Space Mountain does these days. Yeah. Did you get to experience the new Moana journey? What are we calling it? Journey of Water experience thing.
The water stuff. Yes.
It was very cool. It was raining.
Not bad though. When we were at Moana, wasn't so bad.
No, it wasn't that bad.
It was really cool. And it's like, you know, they do all that stuff where it's like you wave your hands and the water like rushes up and whatever and works sometimes. But it was really, really cool. I was a little off put once I found out like how they're doing all of that, because I was like, I see cameras everywhere and I'm like, oh no, they're gonna find me like I'm a criminal.
Yeah, we also have the magic bands on us that track us everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So
it's a little creepy though, because there's like that place in particular, it's like you can see all the cameras because, you know, they're trying to catch your movements and whatever. But regardless, very, very cool. What is the goddess?
I don't know.
Tafiti?
What is it? Tafiki?
Tafiti with the T?
Oh, Tafiti.
Tafiti. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Like that's the
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Disney magic. That's what she should look like.
I have a good photo of it. I'll send it to you.
And and then we also have a photo of like her and then the Epcot ball in the background too.
Yeah.
So cool. I love that
Epcot
little
is
stuff.
all vibes in Epcot. That's what it is.
Vibes, man.
Jen loves her Epcot vibes.
Speaking of Epcot vibes, I know that this is controversial. I loved the Journey into Imagination.
Oh, that's right.
I joked earlier that I don't have an imagination, but I do. I know that people don't like it because there was an older version that was beloved by everyone. And from what I understand, Figment was a smaller part of that, and then this one he's taken center stage. I loved it. I think anything that I first of all, I love the ingenuity, all the kind of like they had limitations, you know, they didn't have all the tech, so there's a lot of animatronics and use your imagination kind of deals to make it happen. Love that. Love the message. Love the whole thing. I walked away. I went in not knowing what Figment was really, other than a lunchbox that everybody wanted last year, like a popcorn bucket. And then this year I'm like, I get it. I mean, I don't get the popcorn bucket, but I get the love for Figment.
Yeah. And it was cool. It's just a cool ride too, because they go through like all the senses. And I love at the end, it's like you can see the road to taste and touch, and they're like, we're not going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, because like there would be a lot of liability.
Also, how cool is it that one guy gets to be on a wall with Rick Moranis and Robin Williams?
Wow.
Dream
cool.
cake.
Yeah, that's right.
So cool.
So cool.
I mean, and to be fair, I mean, yes, Jen and I are included in like the original ride is everything that Epcot needs to be forever. And the appearance is a Figment. You still get it, you know, it's still like, yes, Figment and the song and the whole thing. It's still here.
Yes.
Aw. I think I went on the original one and now I'm like, I don't remember what happened. I'll have to Google it.
All right, fill me in. Did there used to be like a train that goes through dinosaurs and space and some sort of like, is that a thing that existed?
Universe of Energy in Epcot?
Yeah. I heard about
Guardians
that.
Is now.
And it doesn't work. It's not there now. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Ooh.
They built Guardians where the dinosaurs once roamed.
Probably for the best.
Extinct again.
Weird Animal Kingdom trivia. Do you know why there is a dragon on the logo?
I should know this, and I
Did
think
I
it's
know
because
there
there
was
was
a
going to be like a
dragon?
forbidden beast. That's not what the phrase is, but
Yeah, it was a mythical beasts. It was supposed to be Animal Kingdom, which is like all the safari stuff. There was Dinosaur Land, and then mythical beasts. And because of budgetary issues, they had Sophie's choice between dinosaurs and mythical beasts. And since they were working on dinosaurs, mythical beasts got the chop.
How
Now
long have you been holding on to that one?
I told you, YouTube algorithm took a hold
did
of our
his research for
conversations in our house
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
started showing me Disney stuff.
That's hilarious. Now, I was living in Florida when they were building the Animal Kingdom. I have none of this knowledge. It's like, I mean, it's really. I was a
YouTube.
cast member at Walt Disney World in the 3 years leading up to it opening. Not a clue.
Wow. The
But-
power of YouTube.
Fact.
The
Right?
power of YouTube.
Teaches
The
you so
power of you.
much. Also, just as a side note, your sister and I would get along perfectly because clearly we both research in the same place.
So well. We were talking about it before we came on, like today. I was like, Katie knows so much more about all of this. I was like, I just know my experiences.
I was saying that Katie would get along with you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Peas
She's
and carrots.
obsessed. Obsessed.
And clearly we're both on TikTok a lot, so that's
Yeah.
great.
And YouTube with all the like, oh, this is what's coming for food and wine. We have to go and get this,
Mhm.
Man, we ate so much in Epcot. We
Sure
ate
did.
so much in Epcot.
That's where we did Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because now I know Festival of the Arts is moving out and Flower and Garden is moving in.
Mhm.
But tell me some of the food and drink that you remember.
For me, my number one specialty item that they had for Festival of the Arts was the Wagyu beef bao bun in Japan. It
Wow.
was spectacular. I had
Mm.
2 of them.
Ooh.
It was amazing. We did go back for another one. I would say that's my maybe second favorite. The beef Wellington was
Mm.
incredible. It was life changing. It was like, which I don't even know that I've ever had beef Wellington. I was like, yeah, sure, we're here. Let's just eat more. And so it was the meat wrapped in prosciutto, and then it had the breading, and then there was like the tiniest carrots on earth that were cooked, and it was delicious.
Didn't you have mashed potatoes that taste like carrots?
We did, yeah. That was braised short rib.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm,
We ate
a
so
lot.
much, we probably should have boarded the plane before everyone else because we needed extra time to carry around our weight.
The first day that we went to Epcot, her mom had gotten the tomato soup and pimento grilled cheese
Mm.
situation that they had
That
there,
was good.
and they loved it. And because I'm what we call a chicken nugget, like I only eat what children eat.
Mhm.
And
Mac and
it's
cheese,
very limited
chicken
palate.
nuggets, fries,
Pizza.
pizza.
I was like, I'm gonna have the regular grilled cheese. It was like not great. I was fine. I'm like, I don't understand what you guys were so obsessed with, and then it's probably the pimento cheese.
Yeah, the cheese was really good. And it's weird. Like both times I tried my mom's soup and I tried his soup, and we all agreed that it was like not as hot as it should be. It
Mhm.
was like not cold, but also like meh. And we're like, this is tomato soup. This is supposed to, it's a cold, rainy day. So it's like that's what you want.
Right.
Mhm.
That's fine though. I also at the bao bun place, I had the sushi donut, which was amazing.
Mm.
So good.
With some
Again,
sticky rice, right? It had like sticky rice.
yes, and came with like a bunch of sauces as well. We had the
Not sausages. Sausage.
not
I got it.
sausages.
Speaking of sauces,
Sauces.
we got the mozzarella. What was it
I
called?
was just gonna say
Fritta?
that.
The mozzarella
Get out of
fritta.
my brain.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have mind meld sometimes. But it was served on like a painter's palette with different sauces. And it was delicious, but they only give you one mozzarella thing.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
there
dude-
was a lot of sauces, which again, love. And love the presentation because it's, Festival of the Arts and it's on this like cute little paint palette, whatever. But we were like rationing the cheese to try and like make all the dips worth it. I don't want to ration cheese in Disney, but it was delicious. It's amazing. So much food. And then in the like colonial America bit. Why I don't understand why there's America and around the world. We're in America. Get it together,
We
Disney.
got
What
it,
are
guys.
we
We
doing?
got it.
Go anywhere else. But the moonshine sour there was
Mm.
so good.
I had a mint julep, and it was a lot.
Yeah. Well, you also have diabetes, so
Fair. It was like juice.
he was like, I felt terrible for 3 hours. I'm like, well.
It's like they, years ago, they just be like walking around, the countries of Epcot, like 2.5 miles, whatever it is. And so, they've justified that amount of exercise by making you eat and consume a lot of alcohol. And I think it's a trade-off.
How endearing. We had a great time.
Also, I mentioned it jokingly before, but there's like a Werther's original shop in Germany, and they have a giant cookie sandwich that has. She just mentioned the diabetes. They have a giant cookie sandwich that you can get either snickerdoodle or gingerbread cookies, and then in the middle is like a frosting and a caramel swirl kind of deal. Amazing.
Sounds amazing.
Totally amazing.
They also had a chorizo empanada that was really good too. So many good things.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't been in a while, I recommend taking advantage of the order ahead of time, the mobile order. Because why would you wait in the line if you can do the mobile order? Sometimes they try to pump fake you and they're like, oh, just kidding. You can only do a mobile order 2 hours from now.
Well, if
So
it's
then-
busy.
Yeah, then you got to wait in line, but
Yeah.
mobile order whenever you can and take a look at the window. And sometimes you can change your window to sooner. So if you hit change the window, it's not always later. Sometimes you'll be like, I'm here now. Let's do it.
I had a problem with that though in man, was it Hollywood Studios? That's where Toy Story is, right? So I was scheduling it, but then we decided to go on Slinky, and I was in the ride for Slinky, and I was like, oh, I'll just change my time. So I changed the pickup time, and it worked for like 5 minutes. I went back to check to make sure it worked, and it's like, your order's ready. And I was like, no,
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm in Andy's backyard.
And I was like, it's fine. It'll be fine. I get off the ride, and it was like, you missed your window. We're going to charge you anyway. But of course it's Disney. So I like go up and I'm like, can I have my adult lemonade? And they're like, you're Kara. And I'm like, yes.
They're like, where were you?
And they're fine. It's fine. It's Disney. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Where were you?
Well, let's move over while we're there over to Hollywood Studios and hashtag always MGM, as we like to call it. Because I think Matt did not Dillo his expectations for Hollywood Studios. So maybe I'll start with you, Matt, because I feel like you went through a whole, you had a little arc here.
I did.
Character
So
arc.
for I don't know, at least probably like 20 years, I know people who've worked at the Hollywood Studios as characters. There's not characters now. So I was looking for them and they weren't there. And it wasn't because of the follow law. It was just because I think they just don't have them now. So that was first disappointment. The day started out slow and then got way better as we went. So yeah, it was definitely an arc. I had high expectations. Immediately they were not met, and then went on Tower of Terror. Things got a little better. Amazing. Totally holds up. Yeah. I think that might have been the new ride when I was there last time. Like that was like
94.
New...
No, it's good. Turn 30. Yeah.
Yep. And I think since then they've changed the way that the ride operates, right? It's got, now they have like car roulette, and before it was just like up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went started going through this way, and Matt was like, huh? like is this supposed to happen?
They have the, they do the videos, and my face the whole time, total panic.
So funny. All of us have our arms in the air, and he's just like,
yeah, screaming. Yeah. Usually I'm fine with stuff like that because I can see it and I know what's coming. Yeah. But you don't know if you're going up 2, dropping 3, going up 3, dropping 1. You don't know what's happening. So
so cool.
A+. Also, that was the first place that we went where everybody was totally committed to their job. Like everyone from the person outside in line to the person greeting you inside, the whole deal. They were in it, and it enhanced the experience 1,000%. When we went to Star Wars Land, they wanted Ronto wraps for breakfast. We went to Galaxy's Edge like first off. And I was like, this is it. I missed 80% of it. I just saw that first little front area, and I was like, they got the 2 places and that's it. You can buy a lightsaber, big deal.
There was so much more.
Let me get a red Stormtrooper's helmet. But then when we went back for Rise of the Rebellion, which was later in the day, because that's when it was available in our Genie Plus Lightning Pass situation, that it kicks you out of the other side. And I was like, oh, there's so much more. This is great. We saw 2 Stormtroopers, which I guess kind of counts as street mo, but it sounded like they were overdubbed. It sounded like they had buttons that they could push, like move out of the way, stand over here.
Oh no, I thought they were talking. Maybe I just
sounded to
maybe I was duped.
They have the best voice boxes in the world.
Really cool.
But the standard Stormtrooper voice, and get out of the way, stand here.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were like, best job in the world.
Best job in the world.
That's it.
I was looking for like a Kylo, but there wasn't one. Somebody, I think one of the boys said that they saw Ray doing like cartwheels or something up above.
I think they went to meet Ray. We were on a ride or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was the one place that I saw people outside of like doing things in the atmosphere. I guess that's not true. In Magic Kingdom, I saw Jack Sparrow hiding behind a bush.
Oh, that was awesome. Like, because we were in line for Pirates, and he just like in the back where, you know, only cast members can go. He's just like peeking through the bushes, and it doesn't say anything, but and waits until like one person sees him, and then just like mucks it up.
My expectations, you know, started getting met. Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge. Saw the Millennium Falcon, freaked out a little bit, took a picture and sent it to Carol. Like, Millennium Falcon's here.
I was eating a Ronto wrap. Very, very delicious.
Yep.
Very delicious.
I went to like the launch bay and had food, and it was like 2 giant underwhelming chicken nuggets and strangely shaped Velveeta shells and cheese. Which it was exactly that, and like 2 steamed broccolis. It was fine.
Your food choices are cracking me up. That everyone's
it's literally like mac and
wrap.
cheese.
You're like, I'll take these chicken nuggets on some Velveeta cheese.
I didn't know.
You got any PB&Js?
I knew that the Ronto wrap, and like I didn't want a hot dog for breakfast or whatever it was. It looked like a hot dog
Well,
and
you
egg
don't like
situation.
sausage. You're weird.
Yeah.
I said
That's
sausage.
Is.
Get it.
Yeah, true. And then what?
I'll clarify. Lewis is launch bay. You at docking bay 7, right? That's
it. Yes, that's the one. Sorry, I didn't memorize the things. And then I know. It was the one day.
You are very Papadillo about all of this because a lot of things have different names, and I love it. I'm just letting it go because I'm like, oh, that's fine.
What's the proper name? Deck 5. What is it? Launch bay 7.
Docking bay 94. No, 7. Docking bay 7.
Move out of the way. Get out. Are you stand still? Then I think the ride that sold me on the whole adventure was the Mickey's Runaway Train.
Like, I thought you were gonna say the Star Wars one.
Well, that one. Oh yeah, I guess that we did that first. So yes, that was my favorite ride that we went on at all the things that we went on. I think that it is they've maximized what they can do with all the technology and the like the magnetic whatever cars, the Ratatouille cars. I think that like that's the ultimate version of what they can do with that tech. 100%. It's a mashup of, they have the animatronics that are superb. They have the storytelling, which is great. The pods do weird and fun tricks. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't gone on the ride.
Well, and also in the line while you're waiting, the workers are so in it, just like Tower of Terror. Like we had Declan with us, the older one, and we were just like, as soon as we got in line before we go into the actual ride, one of the workers just comes over and just stares at Declan, who is 7. He's just like looking down at him, and Declan's like, what?
It's like Grandma Susan or something.
Just like so like imposing and like mad because we're being stolen. And I kind of like, he's not old enough, but I wanted to be like, you know, Declan, those are the bad guys. We have to like keep in line. But I didn't do that because I'm not mean. But his dad was like, Declan, we're in space. And he's like, what?
But it's so cool the way that they merge all of those pieces that they have to play with.
So cool.
Where the one of the lightsabers comes through the ceiling and the whole the whole jam. Unbelievable good. And then we went right after that we went to Mickey's Runaway Railway Train, which is based on what the I guess classic Mickey fans call Ugly Mickey, the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse that I'm obsessed with.
Obsessed. Because
it's a little more Ren and Stimpy than classic, like, oh boy, hot dogs. It's a little bit more I don't know. It's a little bit more of a modern humor. It does. I loved it. Speaking of that, when we went to see the Perfect Picnic or whatever,
Vacation Fun.
Vacation Fun. That's what it was.
My God.
So funny. I was crying, laughing.
Like it's mainly children and their parents, and he is scream laughing. He is yelling. I'm like, Matt. It's just like crying.
Knee slapper.
And we were all laughing. It's just so funny, like so incredibly worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh! But you were screaming in a theater with children.
It's so funny. And then so that style carries over into the that's the picnic. That's the runaway railway where
Mhm.
Goofy takes the train.
Yeah.
And that's another example of like the versatility of those like magnet pod dudes that they have.
Mhm.
It's not quite maximizing the potential like Rise of the Rebellion, but like also very cool things that they did. I don't understand what Daisy Duck is doing with her dance class, but that's
Yeah, that was weird.
it was
That's
just like
cool,
it was just a
though.
new movement for the pods, I guess.
Yeah,
They were
it
like,
was-
we can make
it
them
was
go side to
cute.
side. Like let's make everyone.
What if we made them dance?
Yeah,
You just gotta dance with her.
let's
Yeah.
get everybody
Make it
pelvic readjustments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was super fun, and by the end of the day, Hollywood Studios won me over. I think my ranking of the parks is Epcot, Hollywood, Magic Kingdom.
The
I think
resort.
that's pretty fair.
Resort.
The resorts. Next year, the water parks, and then, I mean, Frank lists them in chronological order, so
Yeah.
which would
The
make
sixth
Animal
park.
Kingdom last.
Animal Kingdom is the sixth park chronologically, so they just hold to that. Kara, how would you rank the parks?
Yeah, I think I'm about the same, to be honest. Like Epcot and Hollywood Studios are pretty neck and neck for me, I think, because it's I don't know, it's different things that I love about it. Epcot is like very cool rides and all of that, but it's like food and drinks and hanging out with family, and you get to see like different countries. And I went in all the shops. I thought that was so cool. But then Hollywood Studios, I feel like, is the Disney magic we had all been waiting for. That was the last park that we had done. I speak English. And it was so
Colonial
fun.
America.
Colonial America. Disney. Why? Why? But yeah, and so, and then I think Magic Kingdom would have been higher on my list had it not been so busy. Like my sister said, the one regret she has is not figuring out sort of Genie Plus. Disney Plus. What is it? Genie Plus.
Genie Plus.
Genie Plus, and doing it for the Magic Kingdom Day because it was so busy. Because that was one of the beautiful days of that week. Everyone had just decided to go to Magic Kingdom that day, and there's so much there that like we didn't get to do. Like we didn't do Peter Pan, which I was like really excited about. Everything had like really long waits, and we're like, dang, like this could have been really something. It was still really fun. But especially like the fireworks at the end, beautiful to watch, but we didn't realize when they were. So we like started walking out to go to Casey's.
I wanted corn dog nuggets.
All right.
And so we were like, oh, we'll like leave because they were doing
variety for Matt. He's going to corn dog nuggets.
Yeah.
It was nuggets.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll change up.
kids meal Matt. But we were going to get those. We were going to do mobile order, and we were like about to send it. And then we like walk up to this giant mob of people. I can't even call it a mob. It was like a sea.
Just a sea
an
of people
absolute sea
in the middle of Main Street America, whatever that is.
And so we had to go around, but just seeing that, I was like, is this a fire hazard? How is
at
this
Sleepy
legal?
Hollow, if that gives you any indication of where we were. We were at Sleepy Hollow, and we wanted to be at Casey's, and there was just the entire population of Florida between us.
Yeah.
Truly, it was scary to look at. I was like, just imagining me being in that crowd. I already had to pee. Like,
yeah, we walked
looking at it, I was like, I can't get out.
We walked in and we walked out, and the second we walked out, they were like, we've reached mass capacity. We're like, what?
We didn't want to get in anyway.
Yeah, goodbye.
We want to be on the outside of this.
Yeah.
So we ran around.
Very pretty to watch. Very scary to think about even going in that.
At one point, we had gotten off. We had lightning passes for the Seven Dwarfs train ride, the runaway mine cars. Horrifying. With the projection faces.
Oh, it's so fun.
Why do they do the projection faces? Just
so fun.
Commit to whatever emotion it's gonna have. Like, why do we need the projection faces? Anyway, we had ridden that a couple times because we had lightning passes, and some of the people that we had lightning passes for didn't want to ride the ride. So we did the switch out. We're like, of course we are.
Yeah.
We are these
Take my
people.
picture. Take my picture now. One of the best things of the whole trip was her nephew Declan. He was not about the rides for the most part, but he went on the Seven Dwarves and lost his mind in the best possible way. It was his favorite thing. So he rode a couple times and with the lightning bands. And so while we were waiting for him to go on with his dad, I went to try to find food and everything was closed because they were doing some princess situation where they had blocked off half of the you can't go this way.
Princesses, but not you.
Well, ew. And I'm like, why? I just want to get food. And like the fryer situation was gone. And the only thing left was there was like an ice cream place, and I ate Aurora's ice cream cone, which was weird. It was like a blue ice cream cone. Tastes the same as every other ice cream cone, just blue. And then I think there was a strawberry Dole Whip, which was good, and some vanilla situation.
Man,
not better than pineapple.
The mine ride, though. Back to the mine ride.
Mine ride. What about?
Oh my god,
horrifying.
No. Okay, yeah. I don't agree with, like, I would rather just have animatronics, but maybe that's because I grew up with that.
What about the horrifying tableau at the end where they're dancing in the house and nothing looks natural?
And the witch is outside just like I don't know, the weird face thing. I was like, it's just weird. And like, especially for like Mickey on the Mickey ride, their colors don't match up with the rest of their body. I'm like, we could, if we're doing this, like, let's do it 100%.
That's the projection face you're talking about, right? How the projection faces are like super,
It's like it doesn't match the rest of their body, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Yeah. But the mine ride was so fun, and get this, I forgot that I knew someone that works at Disney, and it was someone who has worked at Santaland, which is a connection that we all have. And she was an elf named Pringles, and I like hadn't talked to her in years and years and years, and I was just like, Pringles, and she turns around, she was like, the fact that I answered to this name. So, and she made it all the more like magical for Declan, because like you said, like he didn't really want to go on most things, which was really sad for his mom, who like loves Disney, and like when she had taken them, both of her sons, when they were little, they wanted to do everything. They were ecstatic, whatever. And this time around, they were just kind of like over it. They're like, I want to go back and swim in the pool. I want to go back to the hotel. And so the fact that the mine ride was like the best part of his trip, like the picture that we have of Declan on the ride, you cannot see a happier person. He's just like,
He looks like his mom when she was running.
Yeah. There's the connection there. It was so fun.
Yeah, that was like one of the best parts of the trip because he was kind of meh. He also got to Flight of Passage and was like, nah.
Yeah, they both had that's what happened. They both tried to get on Flight of Passage. The thing hit Declan, and Declan was like, nope, I want to go. I want to go. And then because he was freaking out, then his brother freaked out, and so his dad took both of them. And we were like, okay, we'll see you when we're done, I guess.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom, I don't understand them, but I would recommend getting the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane because you wind up spending your entire day in line. So you got to kind of pick and choose. With both the Lightning Lane and the Genie Plus at Hollywood Studios. We got to hit everything that we wanted and a couple of things that weren't on the list. So it was,
and it does feel silly because it's like you've already paid for a ticket in the park and whatever, but then it's like, you know, what's a better use of your time? Like, do you want to pay $20 and then not wait an hour or two? Right. You know, it's just up to you.
Speaking of that, Skyliner. So our hotel, the Pop Century, was on the Skyliner for both Hollywood Squares, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. I'll take Alf for 100. So it was on there. But one of the days that we were at Epcot, which was the first night that we were staying in the Pop Century, it wasn't running for some reason. It was down, and they didn't tell us through the app. We had to like get there. And the girl's like, just use the bus. I'm like, oh, you mean over there in Costa Rica? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm not talking about like Epcot, Costa Rica. I'm talking actual Costa Rica. It's very far away. So that was not ideal.
Also, it really should have been like announced over the speakers or something, or like we all have this app,
an Imagine Band.
Disney Experience. You just be like, this is down. Because we were our last stop. I think I got like the carne asada taco something, which was delicious, in Mexico, which is very close to the front. We went all the way to the back, and they were like, oh, just go to the bus. And we were like, oh, okay, you too. We can go somewhere else.
Yeah, so I feel like they could take advantage of their data tracking. Like if they know where you are, they should just like go the other way, friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree that their notification. I'm not a fan of the Skyliner, but their notification system for the Skyliner being down would be excellent because when was I at Pop? Like 2 summers ago with the fam, and there were a few times even at Pop because that walk too back to the Skyliner is like you got to walk for a bit. And it would be a completely sunny day, and we're like, all right, well, it should be good to. No, it's not running. Okay, that's fine.
All right, sick, cool.
Let's go back this other way. Yeah.
So to kind of wrap it all up, it's been 30 years for Matt. It's been almost 10 years for Kara. Are you going to go back sooner? Or are you going to put it off for a while? What are your thoughts after leaving? You're like, we got, Jen and I go like with the Lost, we have to go back. What are your thoughts about leaving and wanting to go back again?
Ooh, well, talking to my sister about it, I mean, like I said, how her kids were like kind of like not so into it as she thought they would be. She's like, well, the next one's going to be like an adult trip. And I just imagine she will plan it and let us know and we will say yes. So that we are at her whim, but I would go, I mean, I wouldn't go back immediately, but I would go back soon.
Yeah, I would definitely go back before 30 years.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And yeah, I mean, I'd like to hit the stuff at Magic Kingdom that we missed or that I don't know that I missed because
you also didn't get the rock and roller coaster.
Yep, rock and roller coaster was down, so I didn't get that. There are lots of little things that I want to do or do again. One of the things that I wanted to do that I didn't get to do was buy a shirt. There was a specific shirt. There's plenty of shirts, and I bought a shirt. But when we got off of the Mickey's Runaway Train, there was a little like outside kiosk thing, and it's the only place that they have the merch for that specific ride, and it was closed because
we got back to it.
because they were doing because we had a bunch of Lightning Lane stuff, and then I was like, I'll get it later. Nope, mistake. If you want something, get it now. My logic was like, I don't want to carry it around. I'll just get it on the way out, whatever. And it was closed because they were doing some like the history of films spectacular, which by the way, the facsimile of the Chinese theater in LA, amazing. The little footprints and stuff in front, like I almost started crying when I saw like Pee Wee Herman and Michael. This is not hyperbole. Like I almost started crying because I'm a child. But I'm like, so many of my heroes in one place in 1989. But yeah, it was definitely more likely to go back sooner. It was awesome. I had a great time.
So fun. It was so fun.
We think that I think that this fall will be too soon for Matt and Kara for the Find Frank for 50 meetup that is not announced yet.
Oh my god!
But if it's not, feel free to join us.
I will say that it was we lucked out, and her sister Katie has a travel agent that hooks her up with her Disney packages and
Libby Huff,
and it was way more affordable than I imagined that it would be because as a child I was like, going to Disney World is $1 million. It's no less than $1 million. And then, being now 42, I'm like, it's $1 million. It's got to be $1 million. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, as long as you count, if you're trying to spend logically, not going to have a happy time. But if you plan to spend emotionally, you're gonna have the best time
with your heart.
No, I'm serious. Like you have to be able to say, I want 2 bao buns and I'm going to eat them. I'm going to buy that shirt. Like I'm gonna get the silly goofy hat. Like, do
Disney math.
Yep,
Disney math.
It's the same as living in New York City, really.
I got a moonshine flight in Disney Springs, which Disney Springs is lovely. But I got a flight. I was like, like this will be fine for one person. And it comes out, I'm like, why are the glasses huge?
Yeah, there were 6 ounce glasses.
No,
and was
7. I asked the guy, I was like, how many ounces are the glasses? And he was like, 7. I was like, are you trying to kill me?
Gideon's Bakery in Disney Springs, amazing. And they have, depending on what time you go during the day, they have like specialty cookies for sunrise and sundown kind of deals. Very good.
Yeah.
I still haven't done Gideon's either. I have to do that.
Gideon's is good. The one thing that I wish Gideon's had was merch that you can look at because their
need
branding
a merch
is very
store. They need a
Yeah.
store because like when you get in there, there's always a line because it's delicious, it's over the top desserts, whatever. And by the time you get in there, it's like go, 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 go. You know, there's a line behind you. And if you have the polite anxiety in your bones, you're not gonna stay and linger. And so like I didn't even see where the shirts were. I was like, oh, there's a sticker at the register. I'll buy that. But like if there was a shop, I feel like I would have like taken a lot more home, you know?
Yeah, that place was excellent. Lego store is fun. The
Go to Jack Lindsay's.
What's that?
Jack Lindsay's.
We did
Yeah,
not. We
Hangar
went to
Bar.
we went to the Polite Pig several times.
We rope drop polite pig.
Yeah.
We did. That's true.
My sister's obsessed with it.
At the there's a place called Homecoming. It's somebody something or other, chef something or other's homecoming.
Yep.
I had
That's the moonshine place.
That's the moonshine place. I had the chicken fried steak and it was amazing.
He almost cried.
Also almost cried.
Almost cried.
But the reason for that was because my grandmother used to make chicken fried steak and it tasted very similarly. So
Good.
very good. Full of nostalgia, even for people who have never been there.
It finds you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great
Love
trip.
Very good trip.
Well, I can't believe this has been an hour and a half where it's just
I
like
know.
flying. It's like, whoa, the time, it flew.
So much to talk about.
So much, right? So as we put a bow on all of this, if you'd like, Matt and Kara, if you want to share your social media, where we can find you, talk about whatever you want here in this last minute or so.
Oh, sure. I believe my Instagram is at kara.o'connor.nyc. I'm an actor, singer, cartoon, goober. Off to Matt.
True story. I'm the Harvey on all of them. That's the IG and I don't ever use Twitter other than to catch up on wrestling stuff. But if you want to tweet me, tweet me. I
just send Matt tweets, so he goes back to Twitter and looks at.
I do like that, and then I'll find myself in the rabbit hole just looking at stuff. But yep, the Harvey everywhere. I do everything. If you need music, hit me up.
And Matt and Kara and I will be at Monday Night Raw on Monday, April 1st in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Let's
I'm so
go.
excited. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm pumped. See,
I'm gonna
she's
break
ready.
his
She's
shoulder.
starting a match already. She's trying to Randy Orton me. Get out of here.
Oh, Randy Orton.
So maybe
I'll expect the content from all of you.
content.
Coming.
Yes.
Well, thanks, guys. This was awesome. And thanks to everyone who hung out at the resort here until we drop this on the Theme Park Thursday for the audio. Bye-bye.
Thanks, resorters.
Thank you.
Deuces. The Dillo's Diz podcast is hosted by Frank Cardillo and Jen Cardillo Snyder. Music produced by Matt Harvey. Logos and video production courtesy of Snidillo Studios. Dillo's Diz Resort is our Patreon with tiers starting as low as $1 per month. You can visit dillosdizresort.com to learn more. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X Twitter, and Facebook at Dillo's Diz. Check us out on YouTube by visiting youtube.com/DillosDiz. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. We also have merch available on TeePublic and Etsy. For all this and more, visit our one-stop shop, dillosdiz.com. Dillo's Diz Podcast 2024.